Hey guys! What's up? Alpha Lion Simba here, and welcome to a very special three-parter video. Well, it's finally happened. I have reached over 1,740 subscribers, and this one is to celebrate. Now, without a doubt, we know the power of the big cats. Their immense strength, their razor-sharp teeth, and sharp claws, and many other powers that make them proficient predators. But for all their powers, to a big cat, humans are like lima beans. However, leopards, lions, and tigers are known to have become man-eaters. And so now I'm going to tell you the worst man-eating cases from lions, tigers, and leopards. And I'm going to start with the lions. So, let's begin. Now, with its great power and ferocity, it's easy to see why the lion is crowned as the king of beasts. However, for the most part with its royal banquet, it's content to have either a zebra or a wildebeest for dinner, but many lions have been known to become man-eaters. For the most part, man-eating lions are just lions that are too injured, sick, or old to catch their normal prey. I'm gonna start with the most infamous man-eating lions of all, the man-eaters of Tsavo. In March of 1898, the British started building a railway bridge over the Tsavo River in Kenya. The bridge would have went from Kenya to Uganda. The project was headed by Lieutenant Colonel John Henry Patterson. During about 9 months of this construction, 2 maneless male lions stalked the campsite, dragging workers from their tents at night and devouring them. There was an interval of several months when the attacks ceased, but word trickled in from other nearby settlements of similar lion attacks. When the lions returned, the attacks intensified, with almost daily killings. The crew tried to scare off the lions by building campfires or thorn fences made out of whistling thorn trees around their camp for protection to keep the man-eaters out, but to no avail. The lions leaped over or crawled through the thorn fences. Patterson noted that early in their killing spree, only one lion at a time would enter the inhabited areas and seize victims, but later they became more brazen, entering together and seizing a victim. As the attacks mounted, hundreds of workers fled from Tsavo, halting construction on the bridge. At this point, colonial officers began to intervene. Soon, reinforcements arrived with around 20 armed sepoys to assist in the hunt. Patterson set traps and tried several times to ambush the lions at night from a tree. After repeated unsuccessful attempts, he shot the first lion on December 9th, 1898. 20 days later, the second lion was found and killed. The first lion measured 9 feet 8 inches from nose to tip of the tail, and it took 8 men to carry the carcass back to the camp. The railway was finished in February of 1899. However, the male lions were initially accused of devouring some 140 workers. But recent analysis of the lion's hair and bones suggests that the lions likely only ate about 35 people. The hides of the Tsavo man-eaters were originally Patterson's floor rugs, but after 25 years, the skins were sold to the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago in 1924 for a sum of $5,000. After they initially arrived in poor condition, the lions were reconstructed and are now on permanent display along with their skulls. It's commonly believed that the Tsavo man-eaters became man-eaters because one of the lions had severe damage to one of his canine teeth. In fact, the story of the Tsavo man-eaters is so infamous that it inspired two movies, Buona Devil and The Ghost in the Darkness. Our next man-eater is Chiengi Charlie, a male lion who terrorized present-day Zambia, or as it was called back then, Northern Rhodesia, in 1908. He was also called the White Lion due to his light color. His strange appearance, white-like with only half a tail, led villagers to revere him as one might revere a legend. He moved among villages, preying upon the inhabitants, and eventually joining forces with two other lions. Chiengi Charlie and his partners reportedly ate 90 people, including the servant of a hunter sent to destroy him. He eluded all manner of traps and the best marksman in the country, though one village woman managed to beat him off with a firebrand as he clawed through the mud wall of her hut. Until soon, he was shot in a gun trap. Next, we have the Njambi man-eaters, a pride of 15 lions that terrorized the Njambi district in Tanzania from 1932 to 1947. Unlike some of the other lions in this video, the Njambi lions didn't become man-eaters because of injury, but rather more because of scarcity of prey. This killing spree was triggered by the British colonial government's efforts to control an outbreak of the rinderpest virus. In order to stop the virus that was killing local livestock, the government began killing off wild animals like zebra, wildebeest, and antelope, which of course were the lion's main source of food. Consequently, lions began to starve and search for alternative prey. The Njambi pride was clever, though, moving through the night and killing during the day, which is opposite of typical lion behavior. In fact, the British game warden, George Rushby, who was charged with stopping the Njambi pride, said that the renowned man-eaters of Tsavo were very small fry compared to what these proved to be. The Njambi pride usually traveled as far as 15 or 20 miles during the night to an unsuspecting village, then did its killings in the afternoon. Rushby believed that the cats actually used a relay system to drag bodies to the safety of the bush. Until soon, Rushby flushed out and shot the lions. Next is the Lion of Mfuwe, an enormous, maneless male lion who terrorized people around the Luangwa River Valley in Zambia in 1991. This lion was enormous, nearly 10 feet long. During his killing spree, the Lion of Mfuwe killed a total of 6 people, and villagers claimed that the lion was so fearless that he sauntered through the middle of the town carrying the laundry basket of his casualties. Then, a man on safari from California reportedly waited in a hunting blind for nearly 3 weeks before finally getting the opportunity to shoot the lion. After it was killed, the Mfuwe lion was put on display at the Chicago Field Museum of Natural History, just like the Tsavo man-eaters. And finally, Osama, a 3.5-year-old maneless male lion who hunted in the villages along the Rufiji River in Tanzania from 2002 to 2004. Osama terrorized 8 villages along the banks of the Rufiji River, and he used tactics that very few other lions used. For example, he lured a man out of the safety of his hut by attacking his co-wife, and he broke into a hut by climbing 9 feet up the wall and breaking through the thatched roof. During his killing spree, Osama killed a total of 50 people until he was soon gunned down by gang scouts in April of 2004. After Osama was killed and skinned, the villagers ate his meat as a sign of revenge. And, just like with the man-eaters of Tsavo, Osama became a man-eater via damage to his molar teeth.